everyone, welcome to video 2 of my Healthy Middle Way Parenting series, which is about the number one thing that any parent should be focusing on, which is modeling. And I understand obviously that this is a very simple concept, but you will realize throughout this series that the healthy middle way of parenting is actually about bringing back simplicity and common sense in the parenting space. It's all about getting back to basics, so what I'm discussing in this series isn't groundbreaking, and yet it is the most effective and empowering thing you should focus on if you want to truly become the parent you want to be and develop an enjoyable and effective relationship with your kids. So modeling is essentially what I refer to as inner work, and I've done a whole entire inner work series where I've shared my process and experience with this, and I will be leaving the link to the playlist in the description of this video. It's about working on ourselves, our mindset, and healing our wounds or unhealthy habits so we can become the parent we want to be. And I think it's very interesting that out of all the videos that I've done on this channel, the videos in my inner work series are some of the least watched videos. And it makes sense to me because as a society, we've fallen into the traps of wanting instant gratification, instant results, quick fixes, tips and tricks, which, does bring some short-term relief at times. So I do understand the appeal, but if we want to truly revolutionize and make a long-lasting change in our relationships and our life in general, there is no bypassing the inner work. Inner work is simple, but not easy, and that's why not many people want to do it, and that's why many people have a resistance to doing this. I honestly believe that knowledge is a very important piece of the puzzle, that's why I've got this YouTube channel, and it's needed, but inner work is what allows you to embody that knowledge. So why is modeling so important with parenting? Essentially because what we do is so much more powerful than anything we can be saying to our kids. You know the saying that actions speak louder than words. What we say has some weight, but kids are very perceptive and they can sense when your words and actions aren't aligned. When your words and actions are aligned, it has so much more weight and influence on our kids. So as an example, if you tell your kids to be kind, but you yourself aren't modeling that kindness, if you tell your kids to eat healthy, but you're doing it yourself, or, another example is how can you teach your children to choose a healthy relationship later on in life if you and your husband aren't modeling that healthy relationship? It's essentially saying, do as I say, but not as I do, which is highly ineffective. I think we can all agree on that. Children observe and imitate their parents, so modeling positive behavior is crucial in shaping our kids' character and values, and helping them develop a strong moral compass, make better decisions, and build those healthy relationships. And, I've learned that the hard way because actually my kids are amazing at calling me out on my bullshit when what I say and what I do isn't aligned. And, I always take it, I don't know, obviously I don't like hearing it, but I always take it as an opportunity to course correct. And the second point that I want to make is that your children will actually respect you so much more if you are in integrity with what you are telling them, teaching them, because they will see that you mean what you say. So they will trust much more in your parenting abilities. Modeling also means that you don't need to spend hours explaining things, to your kids because kids observe you all the time. So it's a teaching component that you don't actually need to spend a lot of time and energy on, right? Because it just happens. It's become second nature. It just happens all the time. It's just who you are and who you have become. By observing you consistently, kids are more likely to internalize these positive traits and behaviors. Another point that I want to make is that setting a good example also makes things so crystal clear, right? Because you are modeling the right example to your kids. The expectations of behaviors are very clear, and it also creates a safe atmosphere of predictability in the house. Like the rules and the expectations are very clear because you also are modeling that. And lastly, it will also make you feel so much more confident in your parenting abilities. Working on yourself to become the parent you want to be, to become, the person that you want your kids to become, is very powerful in having your own back, in trusting yourself, in fully stepping into your authority because you put your money where your mouth is, so to speak. So energetically, it holds so much power because you are in integrity with yourself. And, the last point that I want to make is that also, please bear in mind that obviously modeling isn't everything. That's not what I'm saying. It's not because you model that to your kids that they will magically become angels and do everything right. I mean, it goes without saying, right? But we still need to correct behavior, put those boundaries, and teach them right from wrong. But modeling makes the entire parenting game so much more effective. So that's all I wanted to say today. For the actual inner work, pointers, please go and watch my inner work video series. I will leave the link to the playlist in the description of this video. Thanks for watching, and I hope this was helpful.